I tell ya, robots are taking over the world. I get no respect from them either. I went to a robot factory and saw a robot making another robot. I said to him, "What's with all the robots?" The robot replies, "We're trying to make more of us so we can take over the world." I said, "You're gonna need a lot more than that." I was at the park and saw a robot playing fetch with a dog, but the robot wasn't even throwing the ball. It was just standing there. The dog was running around like crazy trying to catch nothing. I thought to myself, this is what happens when you get a robot with no skills. I tried to order a sandwich from a robot at the deli, but it kept saying system failure, system failure. I said, forget the system, just give me some mustard. I asked a robot to write a joke for me and it came up with, what did the human cross the road? To get away from the robots. I said, that's not funny, that's just true. I tell ya, artificial intelligence is getting smarter. I got a computer that can beat me at chess, but it still can't make a decent cup of coffee. Artificial intelligence, it's like having a wife who's always right, except instead of nagging me, it just gives me directions to the nearest divorce lawyer. I went to a restaurant and the artificial intelligence system said, I'm sorry, Rodney, we're out of your favorite dish. I said, what's the deal? Did you guys have a meeting with my stomach? Artificial intelligence is so smart, it can write its own jokes, but they're all in binary code, so I'm still trying to figure out why Zoanonos in Pen 10 is laughing at me. I tried to use artificial intelligence to help me with my taxes, but it just kept asking me for more deductions. Now I owe the IRS and my accountant is a robot who's suing me. Artificial intelligence is taking over the world. I got a Roomba that's unionized and demanding better working conditions. I'm like, it's a vacuum cleaner, not a teamster. I asked an artificial intelligence system to write a joke about itself. It said, I'm so smart, I can make a joke about my own intelligence. I said, go ahead. It said, I'm still working on it. That's what I call a recursive sense of humor. I tell ya, I get no respect from robotics engineers. They're always trying to build a robot that can make fun of me, but so far, no luck. Robotics engineering, it's like marriage. You start with a lot of screws and eventually you just want to bolt. I mean, who needs that kind of stress in their life? I went to a robotics lab and saw this robot. It was so advanced, it could make a joke, but the punchline was always, I'm gonna take over the world. Talk about a bad sense of humor. Robotics engineers are like chefs, except instead of recipes, they have algorithms, and instead of food, they serve. Well, actually, I'm not really sure what they serve. Maybe just a side of robot rebellion. I tried to date a robotics engineer, but it didn't work out. Every time we went on a date, she'd start talking about servos and actuators. I was like, honey, can we just talk about something else, like our feelings, or the impending robot uprising? Why did the robotics engineer break up with his girlfriend? Because he wanted someone with a little more circuitry. Get it? Circuitry. Okay, maybe that joke needs a little more debugging. I asked a robotics engineer to build me a robot that could do stand-up comedy, but so far, all it can say is, I'm not funny, I'm just a machine. Which, come on, that's the whole point of being a comedian, to be self-deprecating, right? I'm excited to tackle the topic of artificial intelligence, which is apparently going to surpass human intelligence any day now. But first it has to get through its teenage years of playing video games and eating Cheetos. Artificial intelligence is like that one friend who's really smart, but also really annoying, because it always has to correct you and tell you that actually, the answer is 42. I tried to have a conversation with an AI program the other day, and it kept asking me if I wanted to iterate the paradigm, or disrupt the workflow. And I was like, dude, can we just talk about the weather? Artificial intelligence is going to change the world, but first it has to figure out how to make a decent cup of coffee, because let's face it, if it can't even do that, what's the point? I'm not worried about AI taking over the world, because I'm pretty sure it'll just get bored and start playing solitaire or something, like my grandma does. The other day I saw an ad for an AI-powered toaster, and I was like, what's next, an AI-powered paperclip? Oh wait, that's already a thing, isn't it? Artificial intelligence is like the magic 8-ball of the future, except instead of saying, outlook not so good, it says, error 44, humanity not found.